First, we might start.
Right.
Can we start with some team news, please?
Sorry?
Can we start with some team news?
Yeah, okay. We played a couple of days ago. So yesterday was a regeneration day for the players who played the majority of the game. The guys who didn't play a lot or didn't play at all, they trained, and so it's very early. We have a training now, not tough one of course, but we have a training, and then after training we're gonna see, but nothing serious. There were a bit like reports that someone is injured. There is a situation with Sam Byram who felt his hamstring, and we're going to see now during and after the training. Okay, but it looks okay.
Tough defeat in midweek, but two new faces on show, most notably Jose Font. How did you think he performed, and how did he settle in?
Well, he settled in really great. We expected that from him because he's almost English or British player, because he spent so many years here, and both of them didn't need, they clicked straight away into our trainings, into the group. Okay, we didn't have neither Jose or whoever, we didn't have a great game on a couple of days ago, but he's a great asset for us, and he's a great player, and we're going to benefit from him really big time.
First return to Southampton for him too. How is he mentally?
Well, he is an experienced player. He's very strong. We spoke about Southampton, and he's got only nothing but good memories about the club. He was a captain there and everything, and he's looking forward to go back tomorrow and play there.
Has he been able to give you any inside information?
Yeah, of course we spoke a bit about their team. He knows them the best, and it's always good to have those kind of informations.
Robert Snodgrass came on, had a good half hour. How do you rate his performance, and how he settled in?
Well, same, you know. He's British, 100%, and those kind of players, they don't need to adjust. You know, okay, it is not just swapping the jerseys, you know, but for them it's much easier. They don't have a problem with the language. They don't have the problem of the intensity of the games and all that. So his situation was only that he didn't train for 10, 11 days, and he needs a little bit of time to come on to be 100% fit, match fit. But he came on against Man City really good, and I'm glad for that. Yeah.
A couple of departures, well, most notably Dimitri Payet. Have you noticed a change in atmosphere since his departure?
Well, I said it already. Like it's basically in the world that is going so quick. It's already all story, you know. So I said what I said. We have a good atmosphere now. We have also great atmosphere in the majority of the time that Dimitri was here. And all that, the team reacted really good. The group reacted really good, and he's in Marseille. We are West Ham, and we are going forward.
Simone Zaza was another player who departed. He said to Italian media this morning that he felt like he didn't adapt. He didn't like the culture and the atmosphere and the training. What have you thought?
It was hard for him. It was hard for him. It was hard for Simone. I said that before. He's a really good player. He came in a last day of transfer window. We needed an impact because of injuries. Too many forwards, strikers. We need an impact straight away. It is one of them that the players like Snodgrass or Fonte don't need time to adjust. He needed that, and it didn't work out in the beginning, in first few games, and then after that, because of his contract, the situation in the contract, because of that clause, it was basically not good for him, not good for us. But he's definitely a good player, and I wish him all the best in Valencia.
One player you were heavily linked with.
Heavily linked? No. We are not heavily linked. Basically, we are heavily linked with all the players who are looking for a move, or their agents are looking for a move, or good story. Or I can say, in one hand, I rate Joe Hart really highly. He's a great goalkeeper, great personality, and all that. Big time. On the other hand, I said that in every transfer window, that if there's one position that we are not even thinking about improving or changing or whatever, that's a goalkeeping position, because I have really great two goalkeepers.
So the reports of the summer bid are that's not the case?
It's not the case now.
Southampton this weekend, what are your thoughts on their season so far?
Well, it's strange how you look. Okay, they have a great run in the cup. I remember they play really good football, and I remember some really good games from them, some really good away wins, like against us, like against Bournemouth, and all that. And then I see them below us, on the other hand, you know. So I like the way they play. They obviously had their ups and downs. They played a lot of games because of Europe, because of the EFL Cup. They have some injuries also. They have some new players like Gabbiadini. And definitely tough game for us, but also tough game for them. So it's a very important game because we are 1 point above them, and we're going to try to make that gap even bigger. And very difficult game.
A win for yourselves potentially this year into the top half of the table. Are you starting to look up now rather than over your shoulder?
Well, it's like 360, you know what I mean? You are looking everywhere around you, and we want to be positive, and we want to climb at the table. Of course, we want to be in top 10 at least, but we know that first we have to secure not to drop places, and it's still very tight. If you take those 6, maybe 7 teams, top ones, it is very tight in the middle of the park.
On that basis, if you did go into the top half, do you find it surprising today to read or hear that Roberto Mancini has potentially been linked with your position?
I'm not surprised. I said that about those rumours or whatever, like it happened last year, it happened this year, it happens to most of the clubs, and I'm not worried about that. I know that I'm trying to do the good job, and I think that I'm doing it. Yeah.
And there's been no conversation with the board about
No,
your jobs under threat or anything like that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Cheers.
Finally, Frank Lampard obviously started his career here, announced his retirement yesterday. What are your thoughts on his impact on the game?
Frank is, you know, the people are talking about the legends, and it's very common word, you know, legend, but he's one of the ambassadors, one of the biggest legends in the Premier League. I know him well, of course. He started his career, him and Rio Ferdinand, when I was playing for West Ham. So it's 96, 97 there, and I use his example many times in my spells in Croatia as a national team manager, in Russia, in Turkey, even here. What he achieved is purely unbelievable, and he stayed with his feet on the ground. He's a top gentleman, top player, top basically everything, and because he didn't rely only on his talent. I remember him staying after every session, not twice a week, not once a week, not 3 times. After every session, he was having shooting practice or little doggies to improve his sharpness or whatever. And he's maybe the biggest and the greatest example to young players, to show them what they have to do to be in a position to achieve something in football.
And he's doing his coaching badges, looking very far in the future. If there was an opportunity to bring him here to work under yourself, to work with the academy, is that something you'd be open to?
No, of course, Frank is always very welcome in our club, and I'm sure that he's going to be, like he was serious in his footballing career, that he's going to be very serious in managing career. Thank you.
Hello. Talk about how close it is between you and Southampton, you and 11 and 12. Do you see yourself as very evenly matched?
It is It's a big match. I mean, every game is a game that you play for 3 points and all that, but these kind of matches that you are playing against the teams who are around you and all that are, let's say, even more important. You call them 6-pointers or whatever. So of course that it's very important game for us, and we would like to keep that gap or to increase it in the. That would be ideal, basically. But it's going to be a very hard game for us, and we're going to try to make them very hard for them, of course.
And unfortunately for Southampton, Virgil van Dijk ruled out for quite a long period of time. How big of an advantage is that going to be for your side, especially thinking of the battle that could have been between him and Andy Carroll?
Well, it's, in one hand, no team relies on one player, you know. And Southampton is, of course, much more than Van Dijk. On the other hand, he's extremely important player for them. He's a leader of the team. He's one of the, definitely one of the best centre backs in the league. The whole season, very consistent, great. If you add that they lost also Fonte, so it gives us definitely more hope and chance to hurt them there.
And after Wednesday's defeat, you sort of questioned your side's physicality. Is that something you've been working on, and how can they improve that against Southampton?
I didn't talk about physicality in the terms of lack of fitness or training. It's just when you compare your players, but that doesn't go only to our team. Man City players, they have that kind of extra pace, or some of them extra strength, and that's some things you can improve and that, but some things you can't train. Some things you are born. Cheers.
Okay, cameras off, please.